Hi, and welcome to Creator Fundamentals. My name is Dan Currier, and it is my mission to simplify YouTube so you and I can grow together. Welcome, everybody, to what should be our weekly live stream. We do this every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Welcome to everybody who may be here for the first time. Last couple weeks, we had some unforeseen circumstances that kind of got in the way of the live stream. Had one conflict, and then the internet just decided that it would not play nicely last week and left us without the ability to go live. I even went on Facebook and tried to stream there, and it just was not having it. So thank you for everybody for coming and hanging out tonight. Got a good crowd in here this evening. Have all kinds of things to talk about. Plus, we're obviously here to answer any YouTube questions that you might have. If you do have questions, just tag at Creator Fundamentals, and so I can see them easily in the chat, and I will do my best to answer each and every question that you may have. It's good to see a lot of familiar faces in the chat. Like I said, it's been 2 weeks, 3 weeks technically since the last live stream. So thank you for everybody for coming and hanging out with us tonight. So we're going to jump in the chat here in just a moment, say hi to everybody, and we'll also talk about some things that are going on in my world that I want to share with you. One of which, of course, that you can see here on the screen is the People of Video. If you have not heard of People of Video is a conference that I am hosting, a conference that I have created in the Albany, New York area, and I'd love to see you guys there. It's going to be May 2nd and 3rd, 2020. It's an opportunity to come hang out with me as well as a great cast of speakers. We got Nick Nimmin, Brian G. Johnson, Cody Warner, Judy Fox from LinkedIn. A lot of great people are going to be there sharing their knowledge in person. So if you've never been to a conference, this is a great one to get started with. It's here in the Northeast. Like I said, Albany, New York, May 2nd and 3rd. So you might want to consider planning to get there in May. It's going to be a great time, going to be a lot of knowledge shared to help you grow a business around your YouTube channel, and great opportunity to make human connections with other attendees and get to talk to the speakers. It's not going to be the kind of event where you just see somebody on the stage and then they disappear. You're going to have the opportunity to have conversations with each and every speaker at the event, and we look forward to planning this and getting everybody together here in the Northeast. So let's jump in the chat and say hello to everybody. I see some familiar faces as well as some new ones. We're going to scroll up here to the top and fight with the nemesis, which is the live stream chat. We got Black Belt Running Coach out there, Aaron Jemison, Linda, Just a Crochet Sister, Peppa Pig. Can't believe I got that wrong. I used to watch that cartoon. Adam Hoffbauer. We've got Bobadilla Adventures. Is it Way of Fishing? W-A-E of Fishing. Panda Boy. Scully's House of Thrillers. Good to see everybody. Doug Hewson, moderator extraordinaire out there as well. We Be Kind Vlogs. I'm a new YouTuber. Dan gave great suggestion. I grew 0 to 115. Now I appreciate you, Dan, for everything. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming to hang out with us here and in the live stream. And thank you for that feedback. I do appreciate it. Who else do we have out there? Sensational Life mentioning, yes, it has been a long time. It's great to see you. And I know the hat is actually in view in a bag, a shipping bag. And yes, it was never sent. But we'll take care of you. We'll get something out to you for sure. George on the rocks, hello to you. We have Yarn Dragons Creations out there as well. Sarah Dawn, Courtney and Eddie, Unicorn and Centaur, Kel Imagination, The Wallace Life, and my chat just reset. Alex out there as well. History Treehouse, good to see you. Never Too Old Adventures, Art Crumbs, Modern Day Tech, good to see you, my friend. Baggers and Brews, great to see you guys as well. Eddie Nunez, The Bird Bath, and Feeder Diaries, great to have everybody in here tonight. Change things up a little bit here. Got some new information here on the screen. Really want to bring the awareness to the People of Video event that I'm hosting in May. So if you've never been to a conference, if you really want to see what it's like to get in a room with a few hundred other creators. You can finally have those conversations about YouTube and making content, which, as most of us can attest to, you can't really have with your family or your friends because they just, give you that blank stare when you start trying to talk about YouTube. But at People of Video, you will be surrounded by like-minded individuals who are all interested in growing and learning all that there is to learn about getting better every day. So it's going to be an awesome event. As Doug said in the chat, if you have a question, make sure to tag at Creator Fundamentals. If you're on desktop, it's easy. If you're on mobile, YouTube insists on making everything more difficult for mobile users, which makes no sense, but that seems to be the reality. You actually have to go and type the @ symbol and type out Creator Fundamentals, and that will tag me, and it will highlight that tag to me in the chat. So if you do have any questions, that's the way to do it. Yeah, like I said, it's been 3 weeks since I have been able to do a live stream, and it's great to be back with you guys. Actually, for the past week, I've kind of been under the weather, so I was trying to get through that to make content. I had to do everything I could to get that video out yesterday regarding the FTC and the COPPA changes that are pending in the new year. But I think that's an important topic and definitely a video to check out if you haven't checked it out yet. A lot of people were coming to me and they're like, "Hey, what do you have to say about the changes that YouTube's making on January 1st and all this speculation about like new subscriber limitations and watch hours and all this other stuff." The biggest change, obviously, to do with the FTC and COPPA is the fact that the 10-year review of the Child Online Privacy Protection Act came up, and they had some pending changes, but they opened up those changes to comment so people could read what they were proposing and offer their feedback if something didn't quite fit right. And J-House Vlogs is actually leading the charge to trying to get them as much information as possible from the YouTube community so they can be knowledgeable in terms of the potential impact on the YouTube ecosystem, if you will. Let's see here. Aaron Jameson, Dan, are you still looking for help during the event? Absolutely. If you're interested in coming to the event and you would like to volunteer, we're absolutely looking for volunteers that can come and help. It's going to take an army of people to make sure that People of Video is the absolute best conference it can be. If you do volunteer, that gets you free entry into the conference for the 2 days. And we'll try to take care of you in other ways as well. But yeah, it's going to take a bunch of people to make sure that everything goes well. So if you're interested in coming to the conference and maybe, if you can't swing the ticket and you do want to come and experience the event, volunteering at the event is a great way to do that. Now, we will put you to work if you're a volunteer, But I'm sure you can still have a great time. I know a lot of people that have volunteered at other events, and they say it's a really positive experience, and we will absolutely take care of our volunteers at People of Video. So if you are interested in volunteering, let me grab, hang on a second here. Let me see if I remember. Is it this? Oh, I believe it is. Let's see, povvol.cc. Apply, right? I do believe that's the one. Let me double check here. Make sure that gets where we need to go. And then, yes, that's perfect. So if volunteer at People of Video. So if you do want to consider volunteering at People of Video, you have to be able to get to Albany, New York, and cover your own lodging, but you will get free entry to the event for the 2 days. So that's definitely something that you can go to the volunteer sign-up page, fill out some information, and apply to be a volunteer at People of Video. Fully Involved Media Group. Yes, I absolutely have seen your submission. We haven't actually reached out to those who are already on the volunteer list. We'll be doing that soon. But yes, I definitely saw you on the volunteer list, and we'll be reaching out and talking to you in terms of how you can help with the event. So if my channel was created in July, how does monetization requirements work? Will the watch time reset to 0 at the end of 2019? There's no resetting of watch time. Basically, the way the watch time requirement works is at any point in time, if you stop, turn around, look back at the history of your channel, you need to have accrued 4,000 watch hours over the past 12 months. So if you get 4,000 watch hours in 2 months, obviously over the last 12 months, you're going to have over 4,000 watch hours. There is no set in stone time. It's just from this point in time, looking back 12 months, have you accumulated 4,000 watch hours in that time period? All right. A bunch of old ladies crocheting need to know in commenting if commenting is against the rules to use all caps and to use emojis. No, it's in terms of the titling of your videos, it's not against the rules. People do use emojis in uppercase. Whether that's going to be effective for you, usually when I use uppercase, I use it to accentuate a word. As you can see, the title of this is Your YouTube Questions Answered Live. So it is not against the rules to put capitalization or all caps in your titles on YouTube. Let's see here. I see some other tags. Let's see. Melody. Hello, host. Love to be in your live stream. Good to have you here in the live stream as well. History, Treehouse. I keep wondering when YouTube is going to allow tagging people with the ad on mobile. It absolutely drives me crazy as well. I feel your pain. We covered that. And let's see. Got that one. Got that one. All right. Sparks Family TV, welcome to the live stream. Good to see you. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Dropping in to show love. Thank you so much for that. Pam is in the live stream as well. Great to see you, Pam. Welcome. All right. Now, DeBeard, what up, Dan? Good to see you. Thanks for coming and hanging out in the live stream. I'm kind of jumping back and forth in the chat here, trying not to miss anybody here. Got that one. Making sure I didn't miss anything on the last time it jumped around on the screen. Sarah Dawn, yeah, I caught your attempt to Facebook Live. Your internet really, hated you. Yeah, it was pretty bad that day. I don't even know what the issue was, but what are you going to do? Every once in a while it happens. As it is now, I do my best to pay for, I think I pay for the best internet that they can offer me here in the area, which isn't that great. But I literally have to go around the house and have every device turn off the Wi-Fi. If not, YouTube tells me I have a bad signal. So I'm literally like 10 minutes before I go live, I go to my daughter and my son and my wife and all the TVs that run Roku, and I turn Wi-Fi off on everything just to get the signal I need to make sure that I can do these live streams. So just one of those things you have to do. I see, I just saw, where did that, was it the Wallace Life? Good to see you in the live stream as well. Beanie Draws is in the live stream. Good to see you, Beanie. I had the opportunity to hang out with Beanie in Los Angeles not too long ago, so it was good to meet you in person and hang out. Got to, we had like an all-star cast in an Uber. It was Brian G. Johnson, Nick Nimmin, Beanie Draws, myself, and Mike Russell. Was there another person in there? 1, 2, I think that was everybody, but quite a impressive group of YouTubers in there for sure. What is the best way to get better watch time? So there's a bunch of different ways to get watch time. Obviously, your average view duration is going to come into play. The longer you can get people to watch your videos, the better. Live streams are also an excellent way to gain watch time. They tend to gain a lot more watch time in a shorter period of time than other videos. Depending on the type of videos that you do, I know with your content, you probably have videos that are that are more evergreen, so they obviously accumulate watch time over time. And just a combination of those, I think, is going to get you more watch time for sure. Fully Involved Media Group, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Doug Houston also had the opportunity to meet Doug in person at Vid Summit as well. It was a great time. It's always a different experience to be able to see and meet people in person. And, Vid Summit was certainly no exception to that because there's so many people who we know. And I say no online, but it's just a much different experience to be able to meet people in person and, get a kind of a real representation of who they are and what they're about, and being able to have conversations that also include like facial expressions and mannerisms and all that other stuff. So if you've never been to a conference, I hear there's this conference. It's called People of Video. We want to get everybody there. If you want to come hang out with myself and Nick Nimmin and Brian G. Johnson and Cody Warner and Judy Fox and all kinds of cool people, definitely head over to peopleofvideo.com after the live stream and check that out. All right. Yarn Dragon Creations. I think what Just a Crochet Sister was trying to ask is, during a live chat, is typing in all caps and using lots of emojis against the rules? It's typically frowned upon in terms of it's usually just distracting, and it's not really. It's just kind of like bad manners because it doesn't really. It's kind of contextual if somebody's asking you to do that, but if you're literally sitting in the chat and you're just like popping off a bunch of emojis for no apparent reason, it's just kind of annoying to everybody. So you definitely don't want to be in the habit of doing that. Uppercase in all kinds of online text is generally viewed as screaming, so it's just an etiquette thing. It's not against any YouTube rules, but if you are interrupting the chat in such a way that you're, just throwing out caps for no apparent reason and, just spamming emojis, obviously that's one thing. If you put emojis in your actual question and it's relevant to what you're doing, it's not a big deal. But in terms of YouTube, there are no YouTube rules against doing that. Tow Trucker, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Got fuzz on my microphone. But yeah, there's no specific rules against it. It's just kind of an etiquette thing. Yeah, I mean, like you look at like PewDiePie, who has like insane live streams when he goes live. It's just an absolute cesspool of emojis. So you can't even interact with it. So it just kind of gets kind of ridiculous. But every chat is certainly different in that regards. All right. Courtney and Eddie, iPhone editing app suggestions. I currently use KineMaster, but it is having issues. What do you suggest? For editing on iPhone, I've always used iMovie because it's free to download. KineMaster is going to give you a lot more flexibility because iMovie, for whatever reason, it's like they refuse to upgrade that. But when I have edited videos completely on a mobile phone, I have used iMovie to do that. All right. And let's see what we got. Cesspool is a kind way of putting it. Absolutely. How about typing like this, alternating uppercase and lowercase? See, I come from when back in my day on the internet, it used to be AOL chat rooms, and it was literally like people who would spam the chat with like little pictures of people they would draw with like characters. It's a whole different world now with emojis and all this other stuff, but let's see. All right. Intuitive Diane, hi, nice to catch you live. Nice for you to join us. Question, please. Is it best to set your channel up with a lot of content to get momentum on your channel, then slow it down to be more realistic pace? That's actually an approach that I it's essentially what I did with this channel. I like the idea of kind of establishing a inventory of content in the beginning. So when I first started this channel, I was doing 3 videos a week. And I did that, honestly, I did that probably until I got to 100 videos. But for a lot of people, that may not be reasonable. What I would consider doing is making multiple, if you're going to launch a brand new channel, the way I would do it is I would probably make multiple videos before I launched. So you were absolutely certain that you were going to kick off the channel with content on a very regular schedule. Now, depending on how frequently you wanted to do that, if you definitely wanted to kind of give yourself a nice foundation, I'd like to get at least 5 videos out there so you can create a playlist and get that playlist on your homepage on your channel. That's personally how I would do it. I would try to create at least 5 videos, and then maybe I would release them. It depends. You could possibly release them 1 a day, every few days, just to get some content out there and then fall into your regular schedule. But I do think there's some value in kind of establishing a library of content. So when people do initially visit your channel, they see more than just one video, and you kind of get an understanding. That said, I wouldn't put out all these videos on the same day. I would still give them at least a couple days in between to release those videos. Alex, thank you so much for the super chat. It says this is a free super chat from Google. Here you go, Dan. Awesome. Thank you so much for that super chat. That is an interesting feature that they have with the free super chats. But I appreciate it, absolutely. It will all go to good use. We got conferences to run and all kinds of other things going on. Let's see. Well, apparently I just saw something. I just shook my entire desk. I'm watching I can see the video going on a slight delay, and I'm like, oh, wow, something shook my desk. The Birdbath and Feeder Diaries, Creator Fundamentals. Is there any algorithms in the thumbnails, or is it just presentation of a thumbnail? Thanks for helping us noobs out. They definitely analyze your thumbnails, and they can tell a lot of information about what's in it. Like if you put inappropriate stuff in your thumbnails, they can detect that and remove your video or hold you accountable for the content of the thumbnail. So there's definitely some AI out there that interprets what's going on the thumbnail. In terms of, algorithm, obviously what you should be much more concerned with is how humans are viewing the thumbnail, because the better response you get from your thumbnail and your title, the better, in theory, your video is going to perform on the platform. People are seeing your thumbnails and clicking on it in high percentages and then watching the video for a long period of time, that is going to help you get a little more exposure on YouTube for sure. Beanie Draw says there's Google Cloud, which analyzes the thumbnail for visual and text. Yeah, that is something you can go out and do, and you can actually have it analyze your thumbnail. I've seen some studies where it's not necessarily crystal clear how that interpretation of the thumbnail impacts the performance of the video. Alex, with the super sticker, so they actually just recently announced that I think they were going to expand the offering of the super stickers, but we were fortunate enough to get super stickers really early on when only a few channels had them. And that you see right there, fist bump emoji from Alex is a super sticker. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. I do think the stickers are kind of a cool idea. And we'll try to find some cool ways to integrate them into the live streams in the future, because there's quite a selection in there of super stickers. All right. Baggers and Brews, what software are you using? Thumbnails are such a struggle for us. I use GIMP, G-I-M-P. It's a free software that's kind of like Photoshop. That's how I do my thumbnails. And that has worked well for me. I mean, I actually have the Adobe suite now, but I'm so used to using GIMP that I never moved over to Photoshop. So I definitely do all of my thumbnails in GIMP. I think I sent you guys a message about your thumbnails on one of your videos. There's and we can have more conversations about that. But yeah, the thumbnails are kind of a fun thing. For some reason, sometimes for me, it's a lot more fun to think about thumbnails for other people's channels. Lida Loca Cruising. Hey, Dan, Patreon or channel membership or both? Well, in theory, I would love to say that channel membership is the way to go. I think I would probably lean towards channel membership if I had the option to do either. I'm assuming that you have channel memberships on your channel. But I would lean toward channel memberships, but they also say that the channel memberships are available at 30,000 subscribers, and I'm closing in on like 45,000 subscribers, and I'm still waiting for that to happen. So it's one of those things that they're rolling out slowly. Let's see if we do that and put that there. Trying to make a slight adjustment here so that we don't keep popping up little notifications on my face. I think that should be better now. All right. Yarn Dragons Creations, what do you recommend to stream now since YouTube changed their live process? If you're referring to, are you referring to the mobile process and not being able to stream under a certain level, or what do you mean by changed their process? Either way, on live, I would probably use the Streamlabs, or on mobile, I would probably use the Streamlabs app to live stream via mobile. And I still use, for desktop, I still use OBS and just live stream like that. Now, there is is it obs.live, which is like a new version that I want to check out that's available out there to see what it's all about. It looked kind of interesting to me. Total Voice Studio. Thank you so much for the super chat. Could you critique my thumbnails, please? We don't typically do that on the live streams, but let me just take a peek here real quick. Definitely like the clean look of your channel art. Generally speaking, I would say that your thumbnails are very clean looking. There are certainly some cases where you're including your name on them that's way too small to be able to see in most cases. I don't think that you really need to include that level of information because people aren't really going to see it. They're a little bit wordy. You're basically reproducing your entire title on your thumbnail, which I guess the biggest thing in that situation, I'm actually going to put out a video that is going to talk about thumbnails in a way that probably other people haven't talked about thumbnails, because I think that it's kind of an interesting, it's an interesting topic. and how the thumbnail and the title kind of play in getting people to click on your videos. But my general thought is they look clean and professionally done, but the text on them is really small, and in a lot of cases people may not read that, especially on mobile. When interacting on IG, Twitter, Facebook, I don't like reposting, retweeting, etc. posts that are not related to my channel. Should I create another account for non-channel stuff? Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't need to. So here's the thing. It depends on the platform. Something like Twitter, retweeting something on Twitter is not really a huge deal, because the average lifespan of a message on Twitter, I mean, yeah, people can go back and look at it, but it's got like a shelf life of like 20 minutes. So you can certainly choose not to retweet or do any of that. There's no need for you to do that. But on the other hand, it's I don't personally do I don't use, well, I try my very best not to use my business accounts for interacting with anything that's personal interest to me. If it's related to what you're doing, those are the types of things that you can interact with your accounts. But I wouldn't, if there's a political debate or your favorite sports team won, I may or may not probably not use like Creator Fundamentals on Twitter to interact with that. Every once in a while, there's certain things where you get to show a little more personal side and you can interact with things like that. But just be conscious of the fact that your YouTube channel and your associated accounts are they are a brand and they are your business, and you may want to keep that separate from some of the other stuff that you do on social media. Aaron Jamison, do you offer coaching? If so, where can I get more information? Yeah, absolutely. We do coaching and consulting. If anybody is looking to work one-on-one on their content and their channel, that is definitely something that is available. If you want to, you can actually go to, here, let me put a link. Let's see if I can remember it here. So that link, dlinks.cc/chat, make sure I typed it in right, and that it's going to actually, I didn't put the HTTP, so it's probably not going to treat it like, let's see, make sure that's the one. Redirecting, loading. See if I messed it up or not. Wow, YouTube, that's super slow. I don't know why that's taken so long to do it. HTTP, yes. So that link that I just put allows you to set up a free 15-minute call with me. So if you're interested or looking into wanting to do consulting or work one-on-one on content strategy or whatever it is that you are trying to develop on your channel, you can click that link, pick an available time, and we can have a conversation to see whether consulting is something that works for you. Let's see. Thumbnails are a complicated beast and not how you'd expect them. I've had thumbnails hit 12% and thumbnails I thought were amazing they'd only get 3%. Yeah, it's definitely multifaceted in terms of what makes a successful thumbnail, and there's things to consider. You can't just straight up compare click-through rate from one thumbnail to another, because one of the things that happens on really popular videos, they tend to get shown to a much more diverse group of people. So by nature, your click-through rates tend to go down. So it's not like YouTube is simply looking at click-through rate and saying high click-through rates get promoted and low ones get tossed to the wayside, because some of the videos, or the videos that get the most traffic on my channel, probably have some lower click-through rates than a lot of my other videos. And that's because they've just been showed to so many people. Not everybody's going to click, and they're kind of out there and exposed to everybody. Alex, damn, Twitter keeps showing political stuff and I keep reacting. And that is absolutely the the wormhole that is Twitter. And I find, I always hop on Twitter to try to do business related stuff or stuff related to creator fundamentals. And it seems like they're constantly feeding me some argument between two different groups of people and just like egging me on to get involved in the conversation. So a lot of times I'll comment and then I will delete it before I post it, which is a good thing. Keep reading your tweets over and over again and get rid of them before you actually share them in a lot of cases. I do try to avoid getting into politics now with my Twitter, but some movements like the Team Trees movement, I think, is an exception to the rule. Yeah, I mean, that one I wouldn't really classify as politics per se. I did get involved in that as well, and try to promote that as much as possible. Wendell Live, hi chat, hello to you, welcome to the live stream, thanks for joining us. Hey, and if anybody's in the live stream, you know what? While we're here, we have a decent crowd in here. If this is the first live stream you've ever been to on Creator Fundamentals, type first in the chat because I'm interested in seeing how many new people we have who have joined us. I certainly see a lot of familiar faces that I know have been here before, but I'd love to know who's here for the first time. And if you are here and you're interested in future content that can help you simplify YouTube, definitely consider clicking that subscribe button and the bell notification icon so you're alerted on future videos. Because that's what we do here. We put out regular content that helps you simplify YouTube, and you just might want to know about them when they get uploaded. So, Beanie Jaws, I do like a nice heated argument from time to time. I enjoy debate, and it's something that I can do without getting emotionally in it. But a lot of people are really quick to absolutely lose their minds when they are having a debate with somebody who has a difference of opinion. So it's unfortunate, and I think the internet has made that worse. But it is what it is. You just kind of have to adapt and try to stay out of those potential, just dumpster fires of conversations that are going to go nowhere positive. All right. Intuitive Diane's second timer. We got Bodine BENL first. Wendell Live first. Good to see you guys. Pete Rondo? First time as well. Great. Welcome everybody to the live stream. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. Sarah Dawn, yes, but Twitter is kind of an argument cesspool. It certainly is. Subscribe to him. Best content for YouTube. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right. And I'm so glad we had internet that worked tonight because that would have been a real bummer. It was close. I literally had to find every single device in the house this time and try to make the adjustment on that to make sure we had sufficient internet. Also, guys, I don't know how for those of you who don't know, let me put that out there real quick. Hang on a second. This is CF. C.cc. I think this is the right one. Is that the right one? Let's see if that works. No, that's not the right one. Darn it. Don't click on that link. HTTP. It might just be cfac.cc. I think that's the right one. Damn it, that's not it either. You use Rebrandly to make these nice, short, easy shareable links, and then you forget what all of them are. All right. Oh, it's start, Daniel. It's start. So HTTP cfac.cc/start. That's the one, right? Right? Am I right? That's the one. So the link I just shared is my free course called YouTube Jumpstart. So if you kind of want to see all or a top level view of all of the foundational things that you should be considering in the beginning of your YouTube journey, you can click that last link, the cfac.cc, which stands for Creator Fundamentals Academy /start, and that will get you access to my free mini course called YouTube Jumpstart that is all about giving you those core elements that I focus on in my content and what I've done to grow my own channel. And it only took me like 4 tries to get the right URL in the chat. So, Ted, hey everybody, hey Dan, great to have you in the live stream. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's see. And also, real quick, don't forget that this live stream is sponsored by TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy is the #1 browser plugin for managing and growing your YouTube channel. It's available to download for free. There's a link in the description below, or you can go to trytubebuddy.today and get started for free. TubeBuddy's my peeps. I love TubeBuddy. The people over there are awesome. Got a thing coming out here. I don't know when it's officially. Anyway, we'll talk more about that. But there may be a summit coming up, an online training thing that's free to view. But I think that'll be. I'm not sure what the dates are on that yet, so pretend I didn't say that. Also, TubeBuddy has a really cool new product out called Channel Reviews. You get channelreviews.com that does a full analysis. I think each analysis costs like $20, but it does like this really deep dive into the analytics on your channel, and it reviews your content and a lot of the things that we or that you do during channel reviews. One of the things I'm possibly looking to do is in terms of a different way to consult with people is to basically have a client run that on their channel and then go through it with them and explain what the break down the report and what it's done, what it identifies and how to actually implement the suggestions that it provides. So that's going to be pretty cool. Old Geezers Gaming. Look who it is, man. I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out on the live stream. It's great to see you. Hope all is well with you. We are doing well here on our Wednesday night live stream. So that's a great question. For those of you who are in the live stream, if I could get an exclusive one-time price for TubeBuddy, like a lifetime price on one of the TubeBuddy products, if that's something that you guys would be interested and you want me to work out with TubeBuddy, just type TubeBuddy in the chat, and that's something that I will look into. Like I said, they're great folks over there, and I've worked with them for a while. And I would definitely, if there's interest, try to get something that we can offer you guys exclusively here on Creator Fundamentals. All right. Let's see. Awesome. So I see a few people out there that are interested. Here's what I'll do. I'll have a conversation with them between now and next live stream. Everybody come back next Wednesday at 8 p.m. for that live stream, and we'll try to get that squared away for you by then. I think we have... where are we in November? Yeah, because I know I had... Let's see here. By next live stream, I'll have some more information on that. Ted, are you also taking questions? Yes. Did you tag me in a question? If you have a question, try to tag at Creator Fundamentals and ask the question. Otherwise, just ask the question in the chat, and I will do my best to answer it for you. So yeah, quite a few you that are looking to get one of the paid versions of TubeBuddy. So I will absolutely talk with them and see if they can do that. I would imagine History Treehouse, it'll probably be something similar, but I can't make any promises till I have that conversation. So. Aaron, can you explain how you get your tags for your videos? So to do my tags for my videos, I actually use a combination of Morning Fame and TubeBuddy. So I will typically start out... Well, there's been a lot of conversation about the importance of tags, and I think what people kind of miss out on tags is keyword or tag research is really powerful in developing an appropriate title. And title is definitely something that plays a big role in the in your content, and both getting people to click on it and getting it discovered, etc. So I do try to use a combination of those two tools. I actually use here. This is... I'll show you guys. Give me just a second here. And there's that. And so Morning Fame is a paid service, but it's very reasonably priced. So if you guys have never checked out... Why won't it let me? Oh, there we go. If you guys have never checked out Morning Fame, you can take a look at that link. But it is... it's typically where I start my keyword research. So I'll go in there and use their tools. It's done by... It was kind of a collaboration between Nico, who's the developer of it, and Brian G. Johnson offered some feedback in terms of how it should function and what should it look for on YouTube, and they really created a nice product there to take the keyword research process and really streamline that. So, I see a lot of tags here. How much of an upgrade is it to TubeBuddy Premium? So the top tier, let me see where we're at. Well, that's not the right link. Pricing. So depending on your channel size, let's see here. Does that change anything? Okay, so the top level of TubeBuddy is called Legend. That's going to get you like A/B testing and some other features. That's the big boy. That is $49 a month. So that's going to run you about $600 a year. That gives you above and beyond some of the other features. It gives you, let's see here. It gives you A/B testing, tag translator, Retention analyzer. The retention analyzer is a really cool tool. Let me see if I can show you that, because that's let's see here. If I can make this work, I'll show you the retention analyzer, because that's something I really love what they've done there. Where is that hiding? There it is. Bear with me for 1 second, and I'll try to show that to you, because like I said, it's kind of neat. Let's see. Okay, almost there. We're working on it. We're trying to get it here. Hang on, and minimize. Scoot that up there. Scoot that down there. And all right, so let me show you this here real quick. Make sure there's not any crazy information on there. I don't think there is. So real quick, this is the retention analyzer. It actually takes each one of your videos. Let's see if I can make that bigger so we can kind of... that's good. All right, so you look that it actually shows you for each one of your videos what percentage you retained at 10 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute, half your video, how many people actually made it to the end screens of that video, or what percentage, and how many people actually watched all the way to the very end of the video. So it's a really great way. It's actually a concept from Evan Carmichael. If you don't know him, he's got like 2 million subscribers, I think, on the channel. And basically, his philosophy is to absolutely maximize the first minute of your video. So you want to keep people as high of a retention as possible for the first minute of that video. And this tool was born based on that concept. So, trying to keep people engaged, keep as many people in the video, as high a percentage as possible for that first minute, is going to help you keep people longer throughout the video. So you really want to win their attention early on in the video. So very cool tool, and that's available with that Legend package on TubeBuddy. All right, here. I see some tags here. Let me try to make sure I get all the tags here. Okay, we got all the TubeBuddies. That's great. I'll definitely follow up. We'll talk about that in the next live stream in terms of what we might be able to do there. Just a quick question. If you could go back in time and give yourself advice as a starting content creator, what advice would you give? So I think the biggest thing you learn the more you do this is that you know a lot. Like, you feel like you know what you're doing when you start, but you don't know anything. Like, you feel like you got it figured out. Yeah, I can make a video. Yeah, it sounds pretty good. Yeah, it looks pretty good. But like, if you go back to the first video on this channel, it's embarrassing. I was using a cell phone, and it was a distance away, and the audio didn't come out good. So to compensate for that, I was trying to speak louder, and in essence, I was yelling at the video. I tried to do green screen for a while. So I think it's just be as much of a student as you can, and just try to absorb as much information, and never be satisfied with the quality of your work. Continually look for ways to improve. Like, forever. No, you never get to a point where you're like, yeah, I got it all mastered. There's always something you can improve on, and the more you can start that right off the bat, the more successful you'll be. All right. Covered that. How much of an upgrade is it to TubeBuddy? We covered that. I had a question about live streams. Can they be bad for your channel? I keep hearing different things from different sources about being punished for bad average view duration. I don't know that the average view duration of a live stream has any impact on the rest of your content. People, it will obviously reflect across your channel when you're looking at the average view duration of your channel, but I don't think that that's used for anything meaningful. Live streams are helpful for, in this case, the opportunity for us to interact with each other, answer questions, get to know your community and interact with them. They aren't a growth tool. Like, I lose subscribers every time I live stream. So they just serve a specific purpose, and it's a little bit different depending on the way that you structure your live streams. For me, I do them simply as an opportunity to interact with you guys. Everything else is just not part of the equation. It doesn't help the channel grow in my case. It actually causes me to lose subscribers, but I think it's important to be able to get, to touch base on a weekly basis and interact with everybody. Plus it gives you the opportunity to hear about news you didn't know about. Maybe there's, something brewing in the YouTube world, and this is just having a live conversation is a great way to kind of flesh those things out. Tow Trucker, how do you think the FTC changes in January will affect CPMs? I think it's really going to depend on how the commenting portion of the FTC review goes. I just did a video on it out there. The latest video on my channel talks about it. It directs you to watch another video on J House Law. I'm not collaborating with him or anything like that. He just did a good video, and he's kind of leading the charge of making sure the FTC is aware of the reality for creators on YouTube. So I definitely recommend you watch that and then watch his video. He's got links to a petition that they have, plus the link that goes to the FTC, to the official area where you can actually provide comments that they'll review before they make the final decision in January. I had a question, but you missed it, like last 3 weeks. Lol, no problem. It's always better to ask your question again rather than telling me I missed the question, because when I scroll back and look at your questions, I see at Treehouse, nope, can't do the caps. I actually go back and change it. And then TubeBuddy, and then another comment to Treehouse. Another comment to Treehouse. Thank you so much for your time and effort in doing this channel. Will be subscribed. The only thing, I'm curious if you're using something in your question that might be a flagged word, because I don't see an actual question from you. So maybe try wording your question. Certain questions will just get ignored altogether if there's some kind of banned word in them. So try to reword your question and ask it again, because I don't actually see you asking a question. But I've had that complaint before where people say that they've asked a question and I don't answer it. I do my best to answer all the questions that are tagged, and I don't intentionally skip questions. So it's just a matter of being able to find it in there. But always take the opportunity to ask the question again rather than tell me I missed the question, because I saw that and there was no question in it. Epic City Builders, how can I make a channel with a 3-word name? Had to join the first 2 words. I don't understand. Why did you have to join the first 2 words? You're going to have to explain that one. I don't know why you had to join them, because your channel name is just a free floating field. I don't think there's any requirements that it can only be 2 words. In fact, I see Yarn Dragons Creations as a three name channel, and History Treehouse I see out there. So you're going to have to give me some more information on that one. All right. Just trying to catch up here in the chat. I did that last week with my 10 videos. Excel manually. Wow. Was it possible? Never stop learning. Good advice, Dan. Thanks. Bit overwhelming right now. Yeah, it definitely can be. Alex is saying live streams do hurt your channel. It has hurt mine. I don't. Yeah, I mean, other than losing subscribers on the live stream itself, I don't think it actually has an impact on the other content. But I'm sure you'll find all kinds of opinions on that. Let's see here. Trying to catch up. Wow, I've been waiting all day to join the live and didn't get the notification. I thought it was at 9 and missed the last couple of weeks. Well, here now. We'll definitely be 8 o'clock every week going forward. Had to switch it up and make it an hour earlier just to, I was feeling a little burned out by trying to start a live stream at 9 o'clock at night after doing the day job and all of that stuff. So 8 o'clock will definitely be the new time. Duke City Aquariums, hello to you. Thank you for joining the live stream. Good to see you. We Be Kind Vlogs. Dan, I grew quite a bit after that suggestion you gave to me. Now I have 100+ subscribers. What about you think about that result? Did you like that appreciation video? Yeah, I think we mentioned that earlier in the chat. Awesome on that growth. That was fantastic. I do appreciate it. 8 p.m. Eastern. Yes, it is 8 p.m. Eastern. All right, guys. So like I mentioned, People of Video. Go to peopleofvideo.com. Check out the conference if you've never been to a conference. I would love to see you up here in Albany, New York in May 2nd and 3rd, 2020. It's coming up now. It's like 6 months away. Would love to see you there. Definitely check it out. Come hang out with myself, Nick Nimmin, Brian G. Johnson, Cody Warner, all kinds of cool people, Judy Fox, and just a host of other speakers and attendees that are just going to pack the knowledge in and give you the opportunity to talk shop in person with a bunch of other creators. It has been a blast as always. Thank you guys so much for hanging out on the live stream and coming to hang out with us once again every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. We will be here answering YouTube questions and talking shop with regard to YouTube. So great to see everybody. If you're new here, definitely click that subscribe button and the bell notification icon. You'll get the notifications on the live streams for next week. And I will try to get some news on TubeBuddy, see what we can work out for next week's live stream. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out tonight. I appreciate it. You guys rock. I'll see you next time.